Hey my friend, I hope you're well. On this episode of Capstar Fun, we're gonna unbox these brand new Transformers, Cyberverse, Power of the Spark, Ultimate Class figures, right? We have Fusion Megashot Megatron, Matrix Megashot, Optimus Prime, and Seismic Stomp Grimlock. We're gonna unbox them, we're gonna play with them, we're gonna transform them, and then we're gonna see which one is my personal favorite. So you're not gonna wanna miss it. Okay, less yapping, more happen. Let's start unboxing these brand new Transformers, Cyberverse, Power of the Spark, Ultimate Class figures! Whoopsh! Capstar Fun! Toys rule! Okay, my friends, so for the first one we're going to unbox today is the Transformers Cyberverse Power of the Spark Ultimate Class, right? Action Attackers Ultimate Class Fusion Megashot Megatron, right? This guy is huge. This is an awesome figure. They also had, which was kind of, brilliant on, I almost said YouTube, on Hasbro's part, is that this figure is actually the same figure that was last year's Transformers Cyberverse before the Power of Spark. So they just basically repackaged it inside this new package. So it's kind of crazy, right? So anyway, so there's the front and there's the back, right? So Megatron, Tyrannical Leader, and then he goes convert to activate. And there's this Fusion Megashot, which looks like he can do it when he's standing up, and also when he's doing it when he converts into a tank, right? And he converts from robot to tank mode in 8 easy steps. And then the other two you can get Grimlock and Optimus Prime, which we're also going to unbox in this video. Cool. Okay, let's unbox them. Okay, my friends, so here is Transformers Cyberverse Power of the Spark, Action Attackers, Ultimate Class, Megashot, Megatron. Man, it's a mouthful, right? This is awesome. I love that these guys are so girthy, right? They're so big. I love it. They're just, you know, they can definitely like manhandle them, right? They can take a beating. They're not going to fall apart like the Studio Series, which I'm not a big fan of, by the way. I think they're nice, but I think the Studio Series are just too, all the pieces just come off. These things are meant to take a beating, which is cool, right? So there's close up of Megatron. His head kind of goes up and down like so. There's a Decepticon symbol. Here's this Megashot fusion cannon, right? Which is pretty cool. Arms kind of move around. This one kind of just glides. You can kind of pose him a little bit, which is cool. And then like he's got these feet right here, and then so you can pose them, which is really nice. And the cool thing is you can do his special feature, which is a Fusion Megashot, as he's standing up. So this right here, this is what activates it. That goes in there. So you put these guys together like so, right? And get that in there. Match it up with the red. And then he can shoot it, and then, which is pretty sweet, right? So it kind of. The only thing that bums me out is it doesn't lock in place. You can't just like pose them like this, or have them display them like this at all, which is pretty cool. I mean, which is kind of a bummer, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I love this thing. That thing is awesome. Right? Pretty sweet. Get better angle there. Okay, so then we're gonna not unbox him. We're gonna undo him like that, and then to transform him into 8 easy steps in the tank mode, it's pretty easy. All you gotta do is put his feet down like so, like that. These guys back, and then kind of get the cannon going. All right, so you want to do something like that. Got that going, cool. And then what you need to do is you need to kind of like put him in kind of something like that. If you don't do this, like you got to kind of raise him a little bit, and then you got to undo these on his legs. These are like the treads, and these guys will connect to right here. You can see there's some pegs in there. You got to just kind of play around with, and then those will snap in place like so, right? And then there's kind of tank. Now the thing is, I didn't do it right because this guy is not locking in, right? So what you need to do is push him forward a little bit, like that. There you go. See? So his head should be right like that way. So if you have the cannon back all the way, it should be almost flush with the front of the treads of the tank, right? And then if you push his head down, now it locks into place. That's how you know he transformed it right. Right? So there you go. So there he is in tank mode. Pretty good. It can definitely roll across. Oh, that's what I did wrong. I'm sorry. Yeesh, guys. You gotta push this in, and then that should lock into place. There you go. That's what I did wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Yeesh. I forgot one step. Cool. And then he'll glide across the surface. See, before I had kind of like his butt sticking out, and then it wasn't smooth. So there you go, right? Now I can glide across the surface. Pretty cool, right? It's pretty sweet. And then to use a fusion shot, again, press it on the side. Kind of have his legs. You're going to need the opening right here. You want these guys together because then it won't work. Kind of spread them out a little bit, and then you press the button, and then he can lift up and shoot up all over the place, which is kind of cool. See, so if you have them together, you can't activate it, right? But you can spread them out a little bit, and then pretty awesome. And then, you can lift it up, like you're shooting jet fire or somebody, right? Pretty cool. It's pretty awesome, man. I mean, overall, I would definitely give this 2 thumbs up. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, like I said, it's an awesome girthy tank. Did an awesome job with him. And then the transformer back, just simple. Just kind of push these guys out. And he's really easy to transform back. I'm going to push these guys out like so. Push these guys there. You're gonna need to get out these treads for his feet so he stands up. Stands up. And then press these forward. There you go. That'll unlock his head. And then you push him back. And there he goes. Then he's all set. And there you have it. Cool. So there is here we go. Here's the mouthful. Transformer Cyberverse, Power of the Spark, Action Attackers, Ultimate Class, Mega Shot, Mega Fusion Shot, or Fusion Mega Shot, Megatron figure. Cool. Okay, let's do our next one. Okay, the next one we're going to do is the Transformers Cyberverse, Power of the Spark, Action Attackers, Ultimate Class, Matrix Mega Shot, Optimus Prime. Man, that's a mouthful, right? So there's Prime, right? Again, same thing. The same thing they had with Megatron. They released him last year as the Transformers Cyberverse line, and just kind of repackaged them in this Power of the Spark line as well. And you can see it looks like part of like the top. It comes with like this an attachment for the back, right? You can easily put together. Comes in 2 pieces, and then on the back, you can see here we go: Optimus Prime, Heroic, Function, Noble Leader, and then convert to activate Matrix Mega Shot. So he has with the Matrix inside him, which is pretty sweet, right? And also you can comes out when he's standing up, and also when he's in truck mode. Right, and he converts into from robot into truck mode in 11 easy steps, and then Megatron, and then obviously Grimlock are the other 2 you can get. Okay, cool. Let's unbox them. Okay, my friends, the next one we have is the Transformers Cyberverse Power of the Spark Action Attackers Ultimate Class Matrix Mega Shot Optimus Prime figure. Right, pretty cool. And he converts into robot to truck mode in 11 easy steps. Right, pretty cool. And then it comes with this one piece here, right? So all I got to do is you just pop this bad boy on like so, and then it's part of, and it comes off, so you don't have to worry about if you break it or anything. It's pretty girthy, right? But overall, man, this is a really cool figure. I mean, this is like probably one of my favorite Prime figures of all time. I don't know, maybe just because he's so girthy, I don't know what it is, but he's highly posable. Like his legs, you can make some cool poses with them, right? And then his head moves, which is kind of sweet. This lifts up, and then the Matrix is in there, which I'll show in a second. Arms move. And this is just, I mean, I don't know, it's just a very cool, very, very cool Optimus Prime figure. The one thing is also, you want to make sure you have these guys help them stand. So you want to make sure you have these red pieces locked in place. And then to show the Matrix Mega Shot, you can kind of see there's 2 buttons here, with these grooves in there, and you press down on those guys, and bam, pew, and this thing can spin around, and there's the Matrix. And to reload it, open up his head, and locks in place, and then you're done, right? And again, we'll see it again. Bam. Pretty cool, right? It's pretty awesome, right? And then to transform him, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is, let's see, lift up his head, put this bad boy down there. Now, it's a little tricky, though. I mean, it is simple, but it's a little tricky, and I'll show you in a second. This is how you know if you did it right or not, right? So I just have to do that, and do this guy, right? All these guys kind of lock in place. That locks in place. This locks in place. Whoop. There you go. Let's see, where's this guy? There you go. Now we're cooking. Okay, and then what you want to do is these guys, you're going to need these right here, and then these guys fold forward. But before you do that, you got to pull them apart, and then you pull them apart, and then you lift up on them, and then that happens, okay? and you kind of lock it in like so. Now the tricky thing is that you have to push this in. Whoop, let's see, let me get this guy down. A lot of times when I was first transforming it, I would transform it wrong, and then this would be sticking out. And you can't, because it should glide across the surface or roll across the surface smoothly. So what you got to do is you got to make sure this is pushed in, locked into place, and then it's even, right? And then you just kind of move these guys like so, right? And then lock those two in place. Now these guys, for some reason, the feet sometimes lock in place, sometimes don't. And what keeps the cab connected are these two, his foot supports. That goes in there. Right, let's do that, and that one, and then his head moves back. Whoop, get the matrix in there, and then he should be good to go. And then, whoop, there we go. Now I got locked in place. Okay, so let's load that matrix mega shot back in there, and there he is in truck mode. And you can see he goes across the surface pretty smoothly. The wheels move, which is cool. But this piece, if it's not locked in, like pushed up, like right here. Sometimes it'll make like a little V. That's what's wrong. You just got to push it in, lock it in, you'll hear it snap, and you're all set. So there he is in truck mode, which is pretty sweet, man. Right? Did a nice job. It's pretty girthy. And again, you can also do the Matrix Mega Shot by just pressing here, and then there it shows in truck mode, which is pretty cool. And you reload it, just lift up the kind of like the cab part, the windshield. Or actually, like I guess more like the roof, because this is the windshield here, right? And then you press down here. And there you go. Pretty cool. I mean, I love this, man. I think this thing is it's a pretty girthy figure, man. Cool. So there you have, my friends. There is, oh, I'm sorry. Well, before I do it, let's transform him back really fast. So push this guy back in like that. Whoop. It's a little bit tricky. You don't have to push it. You don't need this back in if you're transforming them. You just gotta, the first thing you want to do is undo these two pieces. Then you can undo this, right? Just be careful, because I can definitely see maybe these things like snapping, right? Put his feet down, do that, do that, do that, right? And then these guys, his arm's gonna come out. Undo this guy, undo that guy. Lift this up. Then you gotta, right? Push that, pull that, push it over, push it down, and it's gonna snap in place, like that. Whoop. I'm gonna make sure it's locked in, there you go. Whoop. And then push that guy in like so, put that like that, put these guys forward, pull these guys forward, and then this thing right back here, these two will go right in here and here to lock in place. So it's not, see how it's not flapping around? If you don't lock those guys in place, it's going to keep doing that, which is kind of annoying. And there you go. And again, you know, if you want to, you can always open up that for his Matrix Mega Shot. Pretty cool. So there you have, my friends. There is the, here we go, another mouthful. Transformers, Power of the Spark. I'm sorry, Transformers, Cyberverse, Power of the Spark, Action Attackers, Ultimate Class, Matrix Mega Shot, Optimus Prime figure. Pretty cool. Okay, let's do our next one. Okay, my friends, so for our last one, we have the Transformers, Cyberverse, Power of the Spark, Action Attackers, Ultimate Class, Seismic Stomp, Grimlock figure, right? And he has 2 attack modes, which is pretty sweet. Now, Grimlock is actually new to the Power of the Spark line. This isn't just a repackage of him like it was for Megatron and Optimus. So he's brand new, so which is very cool, right? And obviously, Grimlock is a Dinobot, which is super sweet. And the back, you see over here, Grimlock, Heroic Function, Legendary Dinobot King, right? And he has a Seismic Stomp, Convert to Activate, which is pretty cool. He's got these things on his arms. And then not his arms, on his feet, on his legs. You can see right there. And then also when he's in Dinobot mode, and his tail right there too. Cool. And he converts from robot into Dinobot or T-Rex mode in 16 steps. And again, you can see Optimus and Megatron, or Megatron and Optimus are also available. Cool. Okay, let's unbox them. And this one is pretty awesome. This is an awesome figure, man. Very girthy, very big, right? I love it. I think it's a really cool figure. Looks like he's got some cannons over here. Head moves, just kind of swivels around. Looks like almost looks like Optimus Prime a little bit, right? Autobot symbol there. His hands, his arms swivel, which is really nice. You can swivel them at the elbow, And then these are kind of like, he has like these kind of claws, like, or kind of like his feet in Dinobot mode, you know, which is kind of cool. Those things move around, right? You kind of pose them too, which is cool. And then the seismic stomp part, or these two, kind of like these, kind of like blades that come out, right? And the way you activate these guys is you push up on this one, this little blue thing here, and then this thing here. See, and then it goes, kind of comes out like so. And the other one, lift up here, lift up on this guy, and then kind of cool. And then you can kind of sit down like that, or stand up like that. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of like wah wah, but I think it's better once he's in Dinobot mode, which is kind of cool. Okay, so let's transform him. And he transforms into 16 easy steps. Okay, so it is a little bit complicated. They say it's easy. It's a little, you know, it's going to definitely stress your patience a little bit, but it's fine. We can do this. So it's going to be a little hard to do this. For some reason, he's a little complicated to do. A little hard to do when I have the camera here. So you guys are going to have to give me some patience. So basically, you take his head, and you want these chest plates kind of come forward. Right? So you got to move his arms out, like so, like that. These guys come down, right? Well, other way. There you go. His little kind of T-Rex arms come down. Now, the one thing is, when I was testing this out earlier, these do pop off. This arm popped off, but it's easy to pop it back on. So if you break it, don't stress. There's his mouth. Okay, cool. So then what we're going to do is, here is this. And I apologize, guys. I'm trying to do this. I'm filming at the same time. Here's his, these become his feet, like so. Do that, like that. Okay, cool. Now this is where it gets complicated. This part here, I think, is the biggest pain to transform, right? So first thing you want to do is you want to do his feet, push them in like that, get these guys out. Now what you want to do is this comes backwards. This whole entire section kind of comes back, and we'll do that in a second. But this is going to form. These guys kind of like collapse on each other, each one of these legs. So you kind of do that. And then you want to do something, you want to flip it around like so. So you kind of get this guy out, flip him around, and then they kind of come in like so, right? And let's see, and what's going to happen is you got to kind of have to, in order for these guys to lock in, you got to lift him up like so. Now what's going to happen is this part all goes into these slots. So that's why you want to make sure it's up. And I know I'm trying to get this, I'm trying to do this and get this into the camera at the same time, guys. So it's a little difficult. Okay, there you go. Now these guys are in place. Now we're going to form kind of like this part here. Oh, what did you? Up there we go. Okay, push those guys down. This locks into place. Here's his tail. Then what you do is lift him up, and then, like I said, the body part is going to. Let's get these legs down. Right, like so. All these are going to line up in these notches. So you kind of have to play with it like a little bit. It's kind of like a little bit of a pain, right? And then it should be good to go. There we go. Something like that. Well, maybe not. Like I said, he's a little bit oh, there you go. Okay, so you guys gotta push down, and then he's locked in place. He's gonna frustrate you guys, so just be patient with him, okay? It took me a couple times to transform him, to get the hang of it. And then you kind of spin him around. There's his feet. And there he is in Dinobot mode, right? Which is pretty cool. Okay, and his mouth moves. He can open up his mouth, go, right? Which is kind of cool. Head kind of moves down like so. Arms move up and down, which is kind of cool. You can move his feet too. You can kind of pose him a little bit, right? This, like boom, 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 right? And the cool thing is his tail moves, and this is like that seismic stomp kind of thing. And then if you want these two things to kind of shoot out, you press this guy, press this big blue button, and go. Pew! You got to watch your hand, so your hand doesn't block it. You just put them back like so. Whoop, 1, 2, and kind of go. Whoop, pew! There you go. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of like ice, I don't know, seismic stomp or something. And this thing can kind of swivel around so you can kind of knock down some other Decepticons, right? But again, the one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your hand isn't blocking it. So when you do it, like this, it goes, press down forward, whoop. Let's see. Come on, buddy. And then, whoa, there we go. The camera got in the way. But pretty cool overall. I mean, it's not bad. Like I said, it is going to frustrate you to transform them. So you got to have some patience. The directions are a little, they're not bad, but they're a little kooky, right? So there he is, kind of, you know, transformed. And then transform it back, not that bad. It's a lot easier to transform it back than it is to transform. I think the thing that really got me messed up was his legs and this. Once you get that, then once you practice that a couple times, he'll be pretty easy. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to detach the top part of him from the bottom, right? Like that. Okay, move these guys, like move his arms like that. Then you want to release the legs, and you also got to like pull this guy apart. It's just kind of a, there you go. Pull them apart. Push these guys in like so, on either side, and then you kind of see his legs. Kind of turn these guys around. These guys go on the outside. Flip his feet up. Like that. Okay. Cool. Then you gotta bring this part backwards. Right? And you gotta bring these guys up. So his arms kind of get in the way. So you just gotta watch out for his arms. Gotta do that. There's one. There's two. Okay. He's gonna come back. His head is gonna lock in place back here. So you kind of go lift his chest. His chest was like this. Lock it up by that. Or I'm sorry, his stomach locked in. Bring his head back, and then that's gonna kind of like fall into place back like so. Lock in. Okay. Bring swivel his arms around. The claws. There's his hand. Right. There's his feet. From Dinobot mode, turn into his hands. And then what we can do is you could either have these guys like that. Have them up like that, or you can put them like that. Cool thing is, you can, if you don't want to see them at all, you can just put them back here so they're out of the way. So cool. And there he is back into robot mode. Pretty cool. I mean, like I said, it's gonna when you transform, it's gonna be a little tricky. It's gonna be a little frustrating, but just take your time. It's all good. Remember to breathe, because I was like, what am I doing wrong? But overall, very cool figure. I do like the Seismic Stomp Grimlock figure. Pretty cool. Okay, so you have, my friends, there is the Transformers Power of the Spark. I'm sorry, Transformers Cyberverse Power of the Spark Action Attackers Ultimate Class Seismic Stomp Grimlock. Jeez, that's a mouthful. Okay, there you go. Boom. Okay, guys, so here's all three of the Transformers Cyberverse Power of the Spark Action Attackers Ultimate Class figures that we unboxed today. Right, so we had Fusion Megashot Megatron. Remember that awesome cannon turning from robot to tank mode. We had Matrix Megashot Optimus Prime from robot to truck mode. And then we had Seismic Stomp Grimlock, right? Pretty sweet. I would have to say, out of all three of them, you know what? I like all three. I can't pick just one. I mean, I think Megatron's awesome. The only thing that bumps me out is when with these two guys, with Optimus and with Grimlock, their features. Actually, as Grimlock falls down, these guys like their special powers or a special feature. They can do it either tank mode or robot mode, right? They can, it's not a problem. Whereas Megatron, because of his Fusion Megashot, right? You can't. For some reason, it doesn't stay locked, right? Like these guys, you can leave them like that, display them. This one, it doesn't. That's the only thing that bums me out about Megatron. But overall, you can't go wrong with either one of these figures, man. I mean, they're super, super awesome. They're girthy. They're not as fragile as the Studio series, which I love. And I think they just did an awesome job with these Action Attacker Ultimate Class figures. So there you go, my friends. There are the Transformers Cyberverse Power of the Spark Action Attackers Ultimate Class Fusion Megashot Megatron, Matrix Megashot Optimus Prime, and Seismic Stomp Grimlock. Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will talk to you soon, and thanks so much for watching. Okay, bye-bye. Whoopsh.